So I'm the head of content at Pip Decks. And one of the things that I don't want to call it a problem, but it can be a problem. One of the problems we have is just so many ideas, especially on the range of topics we've got. So everything from workshops to innovation, there's just so much we could do. A massive list of ideas that we've all had, and also ideas that our customers have. And one of the things that we need to do is to prioritise which ones we want to actually work on. So the way that I use the decks to help with this, there's a card called the strategy system. And for my science brain, this is amazing because it is step-by-step flowchart. So you read the questions. Do you know what your team is working towards? Well, yeah, I do. And then it says, well, do you know what your biggest problem is? And I think, yeah, I've got loads of ideas. So the next question, are you able to articulate this problem clearly? Yes. Do you have loads of ideas on how to solve it? Yes. And then it says, have you assessed if your ideas are robust? So the answer to that is no, because we haven't decided which one to go with. And then it shows evaluate. And this little blue icon with evaluate written next to it means that I need to go to the blue section of cards. The colours, each category, are things that will help you achieve a similar aim. So blue ones are to do with assessing how good your ideas are. So there's loads of different options in here, from like a pre-mortem, which is quite an in-depth way to assess. Usually you have one idea and you do a pre-mortem to work out whether or not it's going to go wrong, and if it is, how might it go wrong, and if that's a risk you're willing to take. There's a couple of other ones that are sort of like retrospective inspired, but the one that I chose is Idea Beetle. So the idea is that one gets you to think about whether or not your idea has legs, whether it's worth testing. So in this case, you would put several of your favourite ideas through it, and you'd probably pick up an idea pretty quickly of which ones are going to pass the test and which ones aren't. But for me, I just found this was just such a nice structured way to get into the deck, and it leaves a little element at the end where you've only narrowed it down to one category, so you still get to make the final call. There are 5 or 10 cards you can choose from, so it kind of makes you feel like you're the one that's chosen it. At the end, you selected the thing that's worked out really well and been very successful. You haven't had that bit spoon-fed to you, but the rest of it sort of holds your hand to get you to a point where you're comfortable, so you only have to choose from, say, 5 or 10 cards. So that's how I generally attack using the decks to solve a new problem.